Welcome to Earthshine and Alchemy, the podcast where herbal self-care meets real-life magic and heart-led business. I am Taisha, also known as Ty, herbalist, breathwork coach, and a creative entrepreneur. And I am here to help you grow your life from the inside out. Every other week, we will talk about plants, purpose, and personal transformation. Whether you are brewing a cup of tea or building a dream, there's a little alchemy in it all, and you do not have to do it alone. So let's dive into today's episode to see what's blooming on Earthshine and Alchemy. Today's episode feels like a gentle return. I stepped away for a bit, and during that time, a lot shifted for me, both personally and creatively. So I want to say thank you for all our listeners, because while I was away, several of you guys hit me up and asked me if I was publishing another episode, to which I responded, not yet. I wasn't in a headspace where I was ready to record, and like I said, a lot was shifting in my life. What are those things that happened during those several months? And the first one is figuring out life as a mom of a preteen and a newborn. Yes, a preteen and a newborn, okay? That is a huge gap. That was a big shift in my life, in my schedule, in my routine, both with my business as well as the household. While navigating that, I was also vending at markets with my business. I had to set up and figure out how to breastfeed, still be at the events and selling products. So it was, a new thing for me. Thirdly, I started a part-time job, which I am very grateful for. I love working there. It's a space where it's filled with a community, and I get to serve this community who loves being there. And there's so much creativity. The owner is amazing. I will dive deeper into where I work in another episode. But for now, just starting a part-time job, adding that into my schedule was a little difficult because, again, I've been out of the workforce. Going back into the workforce, even at a part-time, even at that scale, it was still something I had to learn how to navigate with my schedule and my routine, along with my partner and my kids, and of course my business, which leads to managing my business. I had to manage business content, production, and I was honestly overwhelmed, okay? It was not easy. It was not beautiful. It was messy. It was not how I like to do things. It was not me entering a beautiful flow state and just creating. It was making soap at almost midnight because the babies finally sleep through the night, and that's the only time I had to make anything. It was not sustainable. And then lastly, I was also running my breathwork program. I was studying and practicing my breathwork and deepening my own personal practice. And then I had to make my submission. So I had to have a demo of one of my sessions recorded. And we all know how I am with recording. If you don't know, I don't like recording myself. I don't like showing my face, but I'm overcoming that fear. And this is also part of it. I also don't like speaking, which leads to say, between all that, here I am now in March. I kind of sort of figured it out. And I'm very grateful to my community and my partner, my family, my friends, everybody who came together to support me in every element that I needed. But I'm glad to be back. One of the reasons that got me to where I am right now in this moment recording this episode is giving myself grace, okay? Because sometimes we think consistency means never pausing. But I realize grace is part of the rhythm too. So it's not always just go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. Like, that's not sustainable. Everybody has a season, a cycle, things shift in your life, and you have to take a pause to go with the flow of your life. Of course, it doesn't mean just put everything in the back burner forever, because you still want to build your dream and obtain your goals. But knowing, hey, right now, I can't. Or at this moment, in this era, in this phase, I need to focus on this and not this. It's having that discernment with what are you doing and how you're giving away your energy. And also, like I said, just releasing the pressure. So giving yourself grace, allowing seasons of rest, perfection versus progress. Okay, it's not about perfection. It's about making progress. Not every day is going to be 100%. Some days you're going to be at 0, and that's okay. As long as tomorrow you wake up and you're like, okay, well, something I can do to be a little better than yesterday. to be better, to do better, to feel better, whatever that is for you in that moment. Just honoring your energy where you are. And that's exactly how I got to where I am right now, because I was honoring my energy as a creator, as an herbalist, as a mother, as a student through breathwork. And all these things require different things of me. And I am not a superwoman as much as I want to be a superwoman. I am not, okay? And that's okay. I'm only capable to do what I can today, and that is enough. I say all that to say that always give yourself grace where you are in your life. And remember that you are doing enough with what you have. We all know spring is around the corner. Yesterday we had a beautiful day. The sun was out, and honestly, I was just glowing. The kids wanted to go to the park. We went to the park. It was really nice. Just knowing that the sun is back, I feel like my powers are coming back to me. On our latest blog post, I wrote about returning to rituals, coming back to yourself through small rituals. What does that mean? I did a little poll on Instagram and I asked them, what are some small rituals that you try to do on a day-to-day? And they stated going outside, taking a moment to breathe, drinking a cup of tea, journaling, getting some movement, reading a book. Those are all great things to bring you back into the present moment, which is honestly the biggest component. Just taking a breath and coming back to the present. A lot of times we are constantly either in the future or in the past and not so much in the present. So letting go of the past, knowing you have no control of what happened already, and knowing that you don't have control of what's happening so much tomorrow, that you can only control what is going on right now. That's one of the biggest things I always say as well, is just focus on what you can control right now and hone your energy to that. And that's it. That's enough. I felt like writing this blog post because it just makes sense to where I am in this season. Like I just told you guys, the reason why I was away for several months was because I was, trying to navigate through these new shifts and these new tasks and these new roles and trying to make everything work. And it was hard. So I also had to say, hey, I got to take care of myself. That meant me using herbalism and journaling and breath work and family time, because also just spending time with your family helps you heal. Focusing on that helped me get to where I am right now, again, with giving myself grace to do so, because a lot of times I was like, no, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I have to do this now. And sometimes now it's not the best time, okay? Like if I do this something now and I don't have the energy or I'm not in that flow state, I'm not gonna like how that outcome is. It's not gonna feel how I want it to feel. My business is fully run on intentions. So that means every time I have a production, I want to make that production. I am inspired to do that and work with those oils and butters and the scents, and I put music, and it's a whole thing for me. It's a ritual, really. If I'm not inspired to do so, I'm not going to force myself. And that's what I learned. I was not going to force myself. So I had to turn back and ask myself, what did I need to do for myself so I can get into that flow state again? So I want you guys to also reflect a little. So take a moment and truly ask yourself, how am I feeling? What can I do to support myself today? And am I prioritizing my well-being? Those 3 questions are something that maybe you want to go and take on into your journal, or even on your phone. Pull up your notes app and just jot those 3 questions and honestly answer them. See what comes up. Because once you've answered those, I want you to try to implement one small ritual and just set the intention to honor it, okay? Because you're worthy and you are enough, okay? Before we close, I want to invite you into a small breathing moment with me. If you can, gently close your eyes and imagine you're sitting near the ocean at sunset. As you inhale slowly through your nose, picture a wave slowly rising towards the shore. Hold that breath softly at the top of the wave. Then exhale through your mouth and imagine the wave slowly washing back into the ocean. So let's try that together. Inhale as the wave rises. Pause at the top. And exhale as the water returns to the sea. Again. Breathing in as the tide rolls in, and breathing out as the tide gently pulls away. You can repeat that for about 3 to 4 rounds. Now take one final breath at your own pace, and when you're ready, slowly return to the space around you. Thank you for sharing this moment with me today, and keep shining. Thank you for tuning into Earthshine and Alchemy. I hope today's episode gave you something to think about and carry with you. If you loved what you heard, be sure to follow the show, leave a review, or share with someone who could use a little herbal magic. Remember to check our show notes, offerings, and more at earthshineholistics.com. Until next time, keep tending to your roots, trusting your intuition, and remember, your growth is your greatest alchemy. So keep shining.